Shalom, Akims. Israelite woman, this message is for you. Israelite woman, this message is for you. Shalom, Akims and Akims. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. We'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elects. Shalom. Welcome to today's lesson. Today's lesson is concerning you women, you Israelite women. It's a lot that y'all don't understand and that y'all need to understand. It's a lot that the Lord is taking y'all through on purpose because y'all have become haughty and mean-spirited. Okay? And so because of this, Judah's women denounced. This is Isaiah chapter 3, start at verse 16. You see, this is what the Lord is doing. Okay? This is what he has planned for you women because y'all have become so entangled into the system. Y'all believe in the beast and the beast system. Y'all rely on the system. Y'all love now calling 911 on a man when y'all are wrong and y'all make the man so mad that he put his hands on y'all. In a violent manner. And then y'all call the police. When here it is, y'all made the man do that to y'all in the first place. Y'all got child support, y'all got alimony, palimony, all these different things that y'all use against us, that the white man set up for y'all to use against us, Black, Latino, Native American, Indian men. You see, so the time is coming when the Lord is going to make all of you women stand in judgment. All you Black, Latino, Native American, Indian women. Now we're going to go ahead and start this off, going off into Isaiah chapter 3, start at verse 16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks, and wanton eyes, deceptive eyes, walking and mincing as they go, with a little tripping motion, okay, and making a tinkling with their feet. They had those rings on their ankles, large rings with smaller rings inside them, and they make a tinkling noise on their feet. Verse 17, therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. That means he's going to remove y'all wonderful hairdos that y'all got. Y'all beautiful, lovely hairdos. They're going to be taken away from y'all, and replaced with bald spots and scabs. And he's going to use body mites. Flesh-eating, blood-drinking body mites all over y'all scalp, all over y'all heads, and that's going to cause bald spots, okay? Bald spots and scabs, like psoriasis, and worse than that, worse than head lice, worse than super head lice, you see. And the Lord will discover their secret places, you see. And the Lord will discover their secret places. Verse 18. In that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling or ornaments about their feet, those rings I was telling you about, and their coals, and their round tires like the moon, their cars. You see? Their cars taken away from them. 19. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets, and the ornaments of the legs, stockings and different things, and the headbands, and the tablets, and the earrings, all these things. The Lord is about to take all these things that y'all use to charm a man, to be seductive. All this about to be taken away from y'all. The rings and the nose jewelries, the changeable suits of apparel, and you women, y'all got many different outfits and different things that y'all wear. All that about to be taken away from y'all. And the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, all these things about to be taken away from y'all. The glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils, all these things I'm about to be taken away from y'all. Verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. You see? Let's read that in the NLT. Instead of smelling of sweet perfume, she will stink. She will wear a robe for a sash, and her eloquent hair will fall out. You see? Will fall out. All the many different chemicals and different things that y'all have put on y'all heads, all that's about to come to a toll. Plus with those flesh-eating body mites and super headlights. She will wear rough burlap instead of rich robes. Shame will replace her beauty. You see? Shame will replace her beauty. You see? Now, I don't know how it went on all the way over to there. Let's get on back down here to verse 24. We're to verse 24. We're going to do a cross-reference on that. Okay, we get on down here. That's 23. Here go 24. Let's do a cross-reference. And see what precepts we get for 24. Okay, Isaiah chapter 3, verse 24. Okay. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well-set hair, baldness, and instead of stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. You see? And so now we're going to go down here to the precepts that they have for that. You see? They got instead, baldness, a girding. You see? All the precepts. We're going to read some. Let's get on down here. Instead, Proverbs chapter 7, verse 17. I have performed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Isaiah chapter 57, verse 9. And thou wentest unto the king with ointment, and didst increase thy perfumes, and didst send thy messengers far off, and didst debase thyself even until hell. Even until hell. Even until hell. I have perfumed my bed. That's what this is. Damn it. I pressed the wrong one. Okay, here we go. Damn it. Whoops. Okay. Is this back on it? No. Let's do this. We gotta get back to it. Salaki, y'all. Gotta get back over to Isaiah chapter 3, verse 24. Okay, now get on back down here to it. Let's see just a little bit further. This is 13. Okay, there's 24. Okay, and back to the cross-reference and get the precepts. Here we go. Okay, and we get on down here. Instead, I have her. Okay, we read that one. Baldness. Now, this is on baldness. Precepts on the baldness of Isaiah chapter 3, verse 24. 4. This is concerning the baldness. Isaiah chapter 22, verse 12. And in that day did the Lord God, Yahweh of hosts, Yahweh Shai, call to weeping and to mourning and to baldness and to girding with sackcloth. You see? Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 18. And they shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them. Horror. Ain't that something? Horror. You women, y'all going to be in horror. Now, we talking about this is going to be during the time of Jacob's troubles, when society is going to be shut down, when the American dollar is going to be collapsed, when it's going to be martial law. And the martial law troops, the same thing that the Russian troops are doing over there in Ukraine right now. They're kicking into people's doors. They're going in. They're raping the women and the children. They're killing the old men, and they're taking the young men as prisoners. Same thing gonna be going on over here in America. The martial law troops gonna be kicking in doors, beating, raping the women and the children, killing the old men, and dragging the young men off. And dragging them off. You see? And you're not going to see them anymore. You see? And shame shall be upon all faces. And baldness. Shame. Shame. I mean, you're going to be a humble face. You're going to be humbled. Shame. Ashamed of the way that you've been all this time. That you could have been for the Lord. And baldness upon all their heads. You see? And baldness upon all their heads. All you women's heads. Micah chapter 1, verse 16. Make thee bald, and poll thee for thy delicate children. Enlarge thy baldness as the eagle, for they are gone into captivity from thee. Talking about the children. You see? Your children are going to be taken away from you. Now this is a girding. A girding. Job chapter 16, verse 15. I have sewed sackcloth upon my skin, and defiled my horn in the dust. You see? Isaiah chapter 15, verse 3. In their streets they shall gird themselves with sackcloth, on the tops of their houses, and in their streets. Everyone shall howl, weeping abundantly. You see? Because of all the different distresses that's going to be happening amongst the people. It's going to be chaos. Plus the young guys that's going to be roaming all when the martial law police declare martial law and curfew, that curfew is going to be in the place. The young guys are still going to be roaming the streets, going in all up and down the alleys and in between people's houses and breaking into people's houses, because remember, when you have a collapse of the American dollar and you have inflation and you have the people in an uproar, that means that it's going to be looting, raiding and looting. Many of the stores are going to be raided and looted, and the thing taken away. The people are going to be in such an uproar. People are going to be hungry. And when the people are hungry, they go out into the streets to try to find food. They're going to remember that you women had food stamps and was getting wicked. The young men, they coming straight to your houses because they know if they can't eat the food, then they can eat y'all. They'll kill the children and cook the children and eat them. Many of you women are going to be doing the same thing. The Bible says so. Deuteronomy. You see? And all throughout. Concerning cannibalism. Okay? You see? And so, this Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. You see? And you women, y'all don't want to hear. Y'all don't want to listen. Y'all don't want to listen to this. Y'all want to turn from the video. And forget all about these words, these precepts concerning you women. And what the Lord is going to be taking y'all through. Y'all about to go through a devastating thing. Okay? Unlike anything that has ever happened on the face of the planet before. It's called Jacob's troubles. Jacob's troubles. That's what you women about to be taken through. Okay? Isaiah chapter 32, verse 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled. That's to signify a period of time. Ye careless women, for the ventures shall fail. The ventures, that's your food stamps, your paycheck, your sugar daddies, your welfare, all that. Your welfare, all that is about to come to a close. The gathering shall not come. What gathering? The gathering of young men to do what y'all want. Whatever y'all want, however y'all want. Y'all got a young man for, like I said in the last video, y'all got y'all a young man for sex, got y'all a young man to fix your car, a young man to move your furniture, a young man to help you repair your house. No, you got an old man to help you repair your house, a young man to fix your computer, a young man to fix your car, and such and such. All these different things, all these different means are going to be taken away because of what the Lord is doing. You see, and ye women, y'all are going to tremble. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. He be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare. You see, that's what's about to happen. Y'all about to be stripped, made bare. Made bare. Made bare. Remember, I told you, just like in that movie, Hotel Rwanda, where the women were corralled together in a fenced-in area with their wrists tied, and they were naked, sitting on the ground, booty, butt naked. You see? And gird sackcloth upon your loins. You see? Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 8. For this gird you with sackcloth. Lament and howl. For the fierce anger of the Lord, Yahushua, is not turned back from us. Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 26. O daughter of my people, gird thee with sackcloth, and wallow thyself in ashes. Make thee mourning, as for an only son. Most bitter lamentation, for the spoiler shall suddenly come upon us. You see that time is coming. That time is coming. The spoiler. And it's going to spoil all that you women been trying to do. All that's going to be taken away from you. You see, Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 37. For every head shall be bald, and every beard clipped. During that time, all this is going to happen because of the different parasites and body mites that's going to be on the people. You see, super headlights and all these things, psoriasis, and all these things are going to be used as plagues upon the people. You see, but primarily because of you women. Because of you women, this is the main thing that's going to be done to y'all specifically. Upon all the hands shall be cuttings. You see, and upon the loins sackcloth. All this is what's coming. You see, whether you understand it or not, it's what's coming. You will understand it when it's going on. While it's happening, I bet you'll understand then how, O H.I.D, for AI, for aim is spoiled. Cry ye daughters of Rabbi, gird ye with sackcloth, lament and run to and fro by the hedges, for their king shall go into captivity. You see? And the king and his priests and his princes together. See, that's the martial law. That's the rounding up of everybody. Everybody is going to be rounding up. You know, they're going to be going from door to door. Lamentation chapter 2, verse 10. The elders of the daughter of Zion set upon the ground. You see? They set upon the ground. And keep silent. And that's the way they were inside that movie, Hotel Rwanda. The women were booty butt naked, sitting on the ground, and kept silent, and they were just crying. They have cast up dust confusion upon their heads. You see? With all those false philosophies. They have girded themselves with sackcloth. The virgins of Jerusalem hang down their heads to the ground. In shame. In shame. Once you wake up and realize that y'all been living a lie all this time. Ezekiel chapter 27, verse 31. And they shall make themselves utterly bald for thee, and gird them with sackcloth, and they shall weep for thee with bitterness of heart and bitter wailing. When the time comes, y'all are going to be very, very sorrowful, you women. Joel 1:8. Lament like a virgin girded with sackcloth for the husband of her youth. You see? She crying for the husband of her youth. Dang, damn it. Let's see. I gotta go back. Hold on. Let's do this. We gotta do this. So like it, y'all. When this does, I had to close it out and go all the way back to it. And go all the way back. We were down here by it's going all the way back down here to verse 24. Right? That's what we was on. We was on verse 24. Okay. Just one moment. Oh, that's 25, 20. We passed it. Okay, 24. It's 24. Back to the cross reference. Okay. Now let's get on back down here where we was. So we was on Joel 1:8. Salakia. Down here, Jeremiah. Yeah. Okay, 30s. Okay. Here we go. We're there. Okay. Now, as I was saying, she laments for her youth, her young men. Let's read it one more time. Lament like a virgin girded with sackcloth for the husband of her youth. Yeah, the young men. You women, y'all are going to howl because your young men, once y'all see the young men hauled away, that they're going to be hauled away on the prison buses that's going to be lined up on the main streets, and some of the side streets are going to have those long prison buses with those gates on the windows. Once you see the young men get rounded up and loaded up onto there, you're not going to see them come back again. You're not going to see them again. You're not going to see them alive again. They're going to be taken off to the FEMA camps. Some are going to be taken off to the FEMA camps, and some are going to be taken off to boot camp. They're going to receive a crash course, 6 to 8 week crash course, boot camp training. They're going to be given an AR-15, plenty of ammunition, and placed on the front lines. You see? And placed on the front line and used as human shields. You see? And so, all these different things are coming. And on the battlefield, what's going to be used is microwavable weaponry. Hot and cold lasers is going to be used. They're going to be using gamma rays and all types of nerve agents. The guys are going to be in trouble. They're going to be killed. The young men are going to be killed. Amos chapter 8, verse 10. And I will turn your feast into mourning. You see? Because you see that the Lord is closing out the different food chains. He's interrupting the food chains. You know, he don't hit the shipping containers. He don't hit the truckers. He don't hit the warehouses. He don't hit the bridges and roads. You see, pretty soon, hey, it's the same thing as a trench being dug around the city, and the people, before they realize, they're going to be choked out of all supplies. You see, it's going to be too late. And all your songs into lamentations, and I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins. You see? All loins, and baldness upon every head. This is what the Lord going to do. Upon every head, I will make it as the mourning of an only son. And you know how it is, if your only son gets killed, that means that there goes your bloodline. You had to find another woman again, or the same woman, and get busy making another son. And the end thereof as a bitter day. You see, a bitter day. Revelation chapter 11, verse 3. And I will give power unto my two witnesses. That's the southern and the northern kingdom. And they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. You see? You see? And so that being, when that time has to come, many shall be mourning. You see? And in much agony and pain. Leviticus chapter 26, verse 16. I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror. The Lord is going to appoint terror. You see? Appoint terror over you, terror, consumption, and the burning egg that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart. Consume the eyes. That means that's a plague of the eyes. You see? That's a plague of the eyes. Okay? More plagues, more curses. And cause sorrow of heart. And ye shall sow your seed in vain. That means whatever you do, whatever you women do, it ain't even going to make no difference. It's all going to be in vain. For your enemies shall eat it. You see? Your enemies shall eat it. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 22. The Lord, Yahushai, shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation. Inflammation, that's all throughout the body. Inflammation, that causes pain. You see? And with an extreme burning. Itching and burning. Itching and burning. Itching and burning. And with the sword, that means that's the gun. And with the blasting, the blasting, that's the chariots with the thermonuclear lasers, the blasting, and with mildew. Ooh. Now all these are the different plagues and stuff of Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah that's being levied down upon you women. That's going to be levied down upon everybody. Not only just you women, you 2/3, y'all got to be hit. Y'all going to be hit on that. The only one that's going to escape all this is us hopeful elects. We're the only one that's going to escape all this. And they shall pursue thee until thou perish. You see? This is what's coming up. This is what you can look forward to. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 24. They shall be burnt with hunger. You see? Starvation is coming. Hunger, starvation, and devour with burning heat. That's the ICBMs, missiles. The thermonuclear fire that's coming. And with bitter destruction, I will also send the teeth of beast, the teeth of wild beast. Sirach chapter 39, verse 28, 29, and verse 30. Teeth of beast upon them with the poison of serpents. Komodo dragons, when they bite, they got poison and stuff in their saliva. All in their saliva. Anything that they bite and it runs off, they just follow it because it's going to die. It's going to drop dead. You see? The same situation it's going to be. You see? Poison of serpents upon the dust. These are things that are coming. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 4. When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion. You see? When that time comes, he's going to make sure that he washes the filth of the daughters of Zion away, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem, from the midst thereof, by the spirit of judgment. You see? It's much judgment that's coming. All these things are coming upon the land, are coming upon the people, you black, Latino, Native American, Indian women, for all the wickedness that y'all been doing against your own people. When you destroy your own black man, you destroying yourself, because you cannot stand without your man. You cannot stand without your man. You cannot stand without your man. Okay? And by the spirit of burning. Revelation chapter 16, verse 9. And men will scorch, and men were scorched with great heat. You see, intense fire from the thermonuclear missiles, and blasphemed the name of Yahweh, which had power over these plagues. You see, the Lord got power over these plagues, but the way things are going to get, the troubles is going to be so great that men are going to be willing to blaspheme the Lord, the name of the Lord. You see, and He has power over these plagues, and they repented not to give Him glory. Ooh, boy. They repented not to give the Lord glory, so therefore He gonna devastate them. Revelation chapter 18, verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, I'm talking about America, shall bewail her when she's burning, and lament for her when she's burning, when they shall see the smoke of her burning. You see? You see? These are the things that's coming. That's verse 24. Here's verse 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and the mighty in the war. And the mighty in the war. Let's look on the cross-reference of that and get some precepts. Okay, let's see what precepts we got going on here. You see, you got all these precepts here? Let's read. We're going to start it off with thy men. This is, hold on. 2 Chronicles chapter 29, verse 9. For lo, our fathers have fallen, and by the sword, that means shot dead, and our sons and our daughters and our wives are in captivity for this. You see, because the time is coming when all shall go under this martial law. You see, that's just coming upon the people. And that's going to shut you women down. Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 22. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, behold, I will punish them. The young men shall die by the sword. You see, they're going to be shot dead, going to be killed. Many of them is not even going to make it to the battlefield. They're going to be killed right here on the streets. Because remember, the martial law police going to be using those robotic dogs with the rifles strapped to their backs. And then those robotic dogs is not listening to no reasoning, no back and forth. You cannot take a robotic dog on a back and forth. They ain't going for it. They're just going to shoot your ass. You see? Their sons and their daughters shall die by famine. You see? By famine. By the sword and by famine. You see? These are the things that's coming up. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 18. If I go forth into the field of people, then behold, the slain with the sword. And if I enter into the city, then behold them that are sick with famine. Yea, both the prophet and the priest go about into a land that they know not. You see? But the people are being languished. You see? They're being languished. This is Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 21. Therefore, deliver up their children to the famine. That means the children are going to starve and pour out their blood by the force of the sword. That means kill. They're going to kill the children. You women's children, y'all children are going to be killed. You see? By the force of the sword. That means shot dead. Their blood spilled by being shot. And let their wives be bereaved of their children. You see? You see? You women, y'all gonna be bereaved of y'all children. Y'all husbands killed, your children's killed, and y'all slaughtered and killed. It's all judgment of Yahweh. And be widows, and let their men be put to death. You see? The young men are going to be taken away from y'all. They're going to be put to death. Let their young men be slain by the sword in the battle. You see? All these things is forthcoming and shall not be held back. This is the order of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Jeremiah chapter 19, verse 7. And I will make void the counsel of Judah and Jerusalem, the southern and the northern kingdom, in this place in America. And I will cause them, that's the famine of the word, Amos chapter 8, verse 11. When we're not going to be able to go out here, the southern and the northern kingdom, we're not going to be able to go out here into the streets and be able to preach this word. Because it's going to be a famine of the word. You go out there and try to crack open the Bible, they're automatically going to arrest you for speaking these words of the Lord that the so-called white man calls hate speech. You see? And I will cause them to fall by the sword. The Lord gonna cause them to fall by the sword and be killed before their enemies. You see? And by the hands of them that seek their lives. You see? This is what's coming. And their carcasses will I give to be meat for the fowls of the heaven and for the beasts of the earth. You see this? These are the things that the Lord is doing, that he's put in place to make sure that judgment does go out upon the earth. Jeremiah chapter 21, verse 9. He that abideth in this city, America, shall die by the sword. You see, be killed, thrust through, and by the famine. You see, that's going to be all across the land. And by the pestilence, diseases and viruses and all different kinds of things. But he that goeth out and falleth to the Chaldeans that besiege you, he shall live. You see? In that time, his life shall be unto him for a prey. You see? All these different things are about to take place right here in America. Lamentation chapter 2, verse 21. The young and the old lie on the ground in the streets. You see? Revelation chapter what? 5 verse 11? Was that 11 verse 5? That's 11 verse 5. Right. The bodies are laying left slain in the streets of the great city. You see? In the streets, my virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword. You see? Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger. Thou hast killed and not pitied. You see? The red devil, the so-called white man that you women been relying on, he's going to let you down. And he's going to start slaughtering and killing. Slaughtering and killing. And taking away your young men off to war and so forth. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. The Lord makes it clear in his word what the deal is, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. You see? So, all this is forthcoming. Let's read that verse 25 in the NLT. The men of the city will be killed with the sword, and her warriors will die in the battle. You see that? You see that? Verse 26. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she be desolate, shall sit upon the ground. You see? Let's get that in the cross-reference. Let's see what precepts we get. Okay, let's see what precepts we got. Let's just go on straight on. We got quite a bit. Let's go on straight on down here. We're going to start off at her gates. Her gates. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. You see, when that time comes, Judah is in mourning. Our people is in mourning. Right up to our face. Our people is languish. All this that's going on against our people. To be attacked upon our people, mainly the 2/3. You see, because your 2/3, y'all got to go through what y'all got to go through. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. Y'all should be cut off and die. You see, and so all this about to transpire. And it's not going to go away. Lamentation chapter 1, verse 4. The ways of Zion do mourn, because none come to the solemn feast. All her gates are desolate. Her priests sigh. Her virgins are afflicted, and she is in bitterness. You see? Now let's go to shall set. Job chapter 2, verse 8. And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. Job chapter 2, verse 13. So they sat down with him upon the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and none spoke a word unto him, for they saw that his grief was very great. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, talking about America. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldees. You see, when the time comes, everything shut down, America is going to be reduced down to a third world country in an instant. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. That's going to be over with. Lamentation chapter 2, verse 10. The elders of the daughter of Zion sat upon the ground, you see, in a low place, and keep silent. They have cast up dust upon their heads. They have girded themselves with sackcloth. The virgins of Jerusalem hang down their heads to the ground. You see? Because shame shall cover thee. Ezekiel chapter 26, verse 16. Then all the princes of the sea shall come down from the thrones and lay away their robes and put off their broidered garments. They shall clothe themselves with trembling. They shall sit upon the ground, and that means a low place. They're going to sit in a low place, and shall tremble at every moment and be astonished at thee. You see? You see? We're going to take the time to remind you to make sure you press the like button. Okay, press the like button because that helps out for the algorithms of this YouTube channel. Press the like button and make sure you remember to press the subscription button. If you haven't already pressed the subscription button, press the subscription button. Make sure that you press the subscription button and press the notification bell so that way you will receive notification alerts each time that I release a video for your spiritual edification. Press the subscription button. Okay? Now, this is Luke chapter 19, verse 44. And shall lay thee even with the ground, and thy children within thee, and they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knewest not the time of thy visitation. You see? You see? So we're going to go ahead and end the video off right there. Okay? And we thank you ever so much for watching the video. Lord's willing, you was edified by today's lesson, and you were provoked to thought, and hopefully you were edified. Okay, so we'd like to take this time to give all honors and all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, Shalom to the hopeful elects.